up, you guys? I am so excited to tell you I launched my first Airbnb listing in Hawaii. In this video, I want to go through how you can get your own arbitrage opportunities, what arbitrage even means, how to identify the building, and how to go from no arbitrage units to having units and having a full-fledged Airbnb business. So stay tuned and I'll teach you how to live free with JD. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is figure out if you want to arbitrage, what does that mean? And that simply means finding a place to rent and then Airbnb-ing it on top of that, so subleasing it, in hopes that what you're making on Airbnb is going to make you more than what you're making, what you're paying out on the rent. Now, the big thing to remember is this is not effortless. There is work that goes into managing an Airbnb, so if you're going to self-manage, make sure to keep track of the amount of time you're going to have to put in to do that, or at least bake in a fee for someone else to manage for you to make sure it's still profitable if someone else is managing. That's my underwriting process, and that's how I go from there. Now, you need to figure out what buildings to do it in, where it's legal, where it's not. I definitely stepped into quite a bit of a challenge coming out to Oahu and trying to find one because the rules here are crazy. I don't suggest trying to start in Oahu if you don't have any units yet. I definitely leveraged my experience in other markets in order to get started, and I had to go through a vendor list. After just finding out what buildings allowed it, I had to go through 40 different listings just to get in the door on one. So now, I went through hundreds of units just to find some that might be profitable. I narrowed down to that list of 40 just based on what could actually work. Other units were way too pricey. You want to negotiate good deals, make sure you're not paying too much rent up front. Try to make sure the place is already furnished if you can, which is nice about the Hawaii market. But otherwise, you have to factor in furnishing costs. I highly recommend checking out Airbnb or AirDNA and just seeing what other units are renting for so you have an idea of what you can rent for and make sure that it makes sense financially. On my first unit here, I'm paying $1,200 a month for a studio, which a lot of my local friends think is crazy. I got the Wi-Fi included, electricity up to $80 included every month, and I've already got 3 reservations for $2,000 in 23 days, my first day of listing. I would call that a win because even after a management fee, I'm still above ground, and everything else is going to be gravy. If you guys want any more tips on Airbnb, feel free to reach out to me, follow my journey, and I will be happy to keep you posted and help get you started with your own financial freedom journey, and that way you can live free with JD.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.